Okay, we're back with more to learn about parallel lines and perpendicular lines. This isn't new information. This is what we did last year, but we're just going to do a quick refresher here. So, our topic, of course, is parallel and perpendicular lines. When it says parallel lines, what do we know about parallel lines and their slopes? We know that they have the same slope. Okay? Hopefully, you remember from last year that perpendicular lines have negative reciprocal slopes. Negative reciprocal slopes. So what does that mean? Well, it means that we change the sign and flip the fraction. So, negative reciprocal, we have 3/4, and the negative reciprocal would be negative 4/3. Because think about it, if you have perpendicular lines on a graph, one slope has to be positive, one slope has to be negative. That's why one's positive, one's negative. That's why we change the sign, and then we flip the reciprocal. So really 2 is 2/1. So if I want to flip it to be negative, it's going to be negative 1/2. A lot of students get this confused because they want to put that it's 2 and negative 2, but that's not right. It's negative 1/2. Negative 7/8 is 8/7. 1 is negative 1, and 0 is going to be, think about it. If 1 is 0, what is what's the perpendicular slope of 0? He's zooming, so the perpendicular would be undefined here. Okay, so that one's undefined. Now, a way to check it, except with this special case over here, is that the product of your negative reciprocals will always be equal to negative 1. And that's the way you can check yourself on this one to make sure to turn that integer to flip it. Your product is always negative 1. So that's what those lines mean. Let's take a look at how we determine that if we want to determine if lines A, B, and C, D are parallel or perpendicular or neither. So we're going to do the same thing. Now, again, I like the table form, but if you prefer the formula, go ahead and do it. I'm going to test the AB. So this is going to be AB right here. Negative 2 and 3, 2 and 6. So I go from 3 to 6, I get 3. Negative 2 to 2, I get 4. So my slope is 3/4 for A and B. My slope for CD is 0 to 3 is 3. Negative 1 to 3 is 4, and I get 3/4. So because my slope is the same, I know that we have parallel lines. So 3/4 and 3/4 make them parallel lines. Go ahead and do 2, 3. Let's take a look at 2, 3, and 4. Why don't you try those on your own? And then you do the work, and I will give you the answer. I'm sure you're pausing it to go ahead and work it out, or you're just going to sit here and watch. All right, so number 2, AB is going to be, and I'm cheating and I'm looking at my notes, is 2/5. And slope of CD is negative 5/2. So these are negative reciprocals, so the types of lines are going to be perpendicular, and again, that's the symbol for perpendicular. If you're going to take a look at number 3, we have the slope of AB is 2, and the slope of CD is 2. So those slopes are the same, so I know they're going to be parallel. Number 4, the slope of AB is negative 2/3, and the slope of CD is going to be 1/4, neither of which is a negative reciprocal or the same, so this is neither. And yes, you need to spell out the word neither. All right, that is your quick refresher for parallel lines and perpendicular lines. If you have questions, come and see me in tutoring, but that should get you through the homework. See you guys.